My boss's secretary, Jessy, was pregnant. He brought her home for our 9th anniversary dinner. Casually, he instructed me, the girl's picky. No repeat meals for her. She's timid, needs someone to sleep with. Pack your things, move to the guest room. I didn't respond. I grabbed my pre-packed suitcase and calmly walked toward the door. The butler tried to stop me, but my boss sneered, let her make a fuss. She'll be crawling back in 3 days. Everyone laughed. They bet $1 million right in front of me. They bet I wouldn't make it through the night, that I'd be begging to come back like a dog. But they didn't know the Maybach was waiting outside. This time, I was really leaving. As I was about to go, my boss called out, Zara, leave your bracelet. Jessy's been having nightmares. It was an heirloom from my parents. Seeing my red eyes, he remained indifferent. Name your price. 9 years of a demeaning marriage, how much was that worth? I didn't bother calculating. I just remembered how, last time at the ski resort, refusing to give Jessy my goggles ended with me stripped naked and left on a mountainside. I took off the bracelet and placed it on Jessy's wrist. I wish you and your baby a safe and healthy life, I said. To my surprise, he offered a compromise. Zara, if you're obedient, my child will be your child. As he finished, the bracelet slipped from Jessy's hand and shattered. Seeing Jessy's cut leg, he scooped her up like a princess and sharply ordered the butler to call the family doctor. His anxiousness amused everyone, who looked at me with laughter. It wasn't just them, I found it funny too. Last night, when I had a heart attack, he was heading out to watch a meteor shower with Jessy. Even as I foamed at the mouth and collapsed, he calmly stepped over me. Before I lost consciousness, I heard him tell the butler, sanitize the entire living room. Jessy can't smell anything foul tomorrow. Gripping my suitcase handle, I turned to leave, but he grabbed my wrist. Apologize. What? Before I could finish, he dragged me to kneel before Jessy. My knee scraped against the broken jade, staining the white floor red. Seeing the blood, he let go with disgust. You broke Jessy's bracelet and hurt her. Shouldn't you say sorry? After marrying him, sorry became my catchphrase. The soup was too bland, sorry. Messaging him while he was hungover, sorry. Accidentally seeing Jessy's hotel reservation, deeply sorry. Biting back the blood in my mouth, I resigned myself and stood up. I bowed 180 degrees to Jessy 3 times, then looked at him blankly. Is that enough? I quietly asked. Seeing the blood on my lip, his chest visibly rose and fell. Zara, your influential grandfather isn't here. Who are you putting on this pathetic show for? Before I could answer, the doctor arrived. Pushing me aside, he led the doctor to Jessy. While his attention was on her, I quickly left. As I stepped outside, I heard car horns. Seeing the silver car outside the gate, I hurried. But before the gate opened, 2 bodyguards appeared and dragged me back. In the study, he tied me up. He ordered them to use a needle as thick as a forearm and inject it into my arm. Through the half-open door, I heard the doctor say, Mr. Smith, both Mrs. Smith and Ms. Jessy have Rh-negative blood, but Mrs. Smith has a history of heart disease. Forcing a blood transfusion could cause acute shock. I think we should go to the hospital first. No need to persuade me, he said coldly. Your only task is to get Jessy healthy. I'll handle the rest. Hearing his approaching footsteps, I closed my eyes. Does it hurt? He asked, unusually gentle. Bear with it. It'll be over soon. I turned my head, too tired to respond. After 800 milliliters of blood were drawn, my lips turned purple. Jessy coughed. He immediately stopped the doctor, demanding double the amount. The doctor, sweating profusely, warned that I could die. After a brief hesitation, he said, Jessy is pregnant. The pregnant woman comes first. But... I interrupted the doctor. Draw it. Let me leave after. Looking at my pale face, he glared, his mouth agape. He was about to ask if I was finished making a scene, if I really wanted to leave over a little thing, when Jessy whined, Ethan immediately, he was captivated. 2 days later, in the hospital, I woke up to see him reviewing documents. Our eyes met for a long time. He brought a bowl of porridge, pretending to feed me. I shook my head. I'll do it myself. Watching me finish half a bowl, he asked, Are you feeling unwell? I responded indirectly. Please give me my phone. My tone was distant. He was stunned for several seconds before calling the butler to bring it. Seeing many missed calls, he abruptly asked, Who called? He'd never asked me that before. With a hint of annoyance, I said, "You don't know them." Unbuttoning his shirt, he looked at me coldly. "Zara, how long are you planning to act like a spoiled brat? Do you think you can get away with this?" Before, when he was angry, I'd reflect and try to appease him. Now, I simply pointed to his vibrating phone, expressionless. "Jessy's looking for you." He smiled, habitually avoiding me, and left for the hospital corridor. The moment he was gone, my phone rang. I picked up. Before I could speak, the voice said anxiously, "Aren't you supposed to come see me?" "Zara, did you change your mind?" "No, I just had an accident." "Accident? What happened?" "No, I have to come back." I interrupted, "Give me a few more days." He returned just as I hung up. Noticing the smile I hadn't shown him in a long time, he felt inexplicably suffocated. But he'd promised Jessy lullabies, so he didn't ask who I'd been talking to, probably my cousin, since I only kept female relatives after marrying him. Taking his files, he said coldly, "Zara, something came up at the office. I'll come tomorrow." Tomorrow, the day after, and the day after that, he didn't come. But through mutual friends, I constantly received videos of him and Jessy. Like a love-struck teenager, he eagerly introduced her to everyone. He took her to parties and dinners. The day I was discharged, he posted a 9-photo collage on social media. At sunset, in a hot air balloon, he kissed Jessy passionately. I commented, "Congratulations. Wishing you happiness and a healthy baby." 10 minutes later, he called. I didn't answer. 30 minutes later, I saw them at the OB/GYN department. A nurse said to Jessy, "Mrs. Smith, your husband really loves you. He's always here. He even warms the gel for your ultrasound." The other women were envious. Touching my belly, I remembered the child I'd lost. The day I miscarried in a car accident, I tearfully video-called him. I saw a naked Jessy. "Mrs. Smith, Mr. Smith lost a game to me and is being punished. Is there something you need?" I hung up. A minute later, he called back, hugging a teary Jessy, cursing me. "You can't even keep your own child. What good are you? You should get hit by a truck." Snapping back to reality, I was about to leave when he approached coldly. "What are you doing standing there?" Lowering my eyes, I instinctively explained, "It's just a coincidence. I wasn't following you. Sorry to bother you." "Wait." He frowned. Jessy's eyes flashed with jealousy. Smiling sweetly, she said, "Mrs. Smith, thank you for donating blood. If it weren't for you, I'd still be dizzy. Ethan, let her come home with us, okay?" He stroked her nose. "Whatever my sweet pregnant baby wants." I didn't refuse. In the spacious car, I found a damp lacy thong between the seats. "Oh dear, why is this still in the car?" "Ethan, didn't you say you took care of it?" Hiding in his arms, she hit his chest playfully. He apologized, subtly watching my reaction. Seeing I wasn't angry, his hospital discomfort returned. "Zara, you've been looking at your phone since we got in. Are you chatting with your cousin, or someone I don't know?" After booking my flight, I turned off my screen. "Just browsing the news." He grew more displeased. He grabbed my phone and demanded the password. My birthday. 9 years of marriage, and he still didn't know it. He tried several combinations, all wrong. We arrived in silence. He helped Jessy to the master bedroom and told the cook to prepare her favorite foods. Downstairs, he saw me heading to the guest room. He told the cook, "Make 2 more dishes Mrs. Smith usually eats. Set 3 place settings." In the guest room, I found all my clothes had been cut. Fortunately, my passport and documents were untouched. As I gathered my things, Jessy blocked the door, holding a black bottle. "You're quite patient, Zara. You became a laughingstock, yet you still cling to Ethan. Now that your grandmother's dead, you need Ethan's support." She laughed. "Remember when you begged him to take you by helicopter to see her in the hospital? He refused, because he promised to take me to watch the sunset. Look at this kissing photo. That's when we took it." I slapped her phone away and grabbed her neck. The bottle fell. I smelled gasoline. In the struggle, Jessy accidentally lit the fire. Smoke filled the air. I collapsed. I heard Ethan. "Zara." Followed by the maids, "Sir, it's too dangerous. Wait for security. Get out of the way. Zara's inside." He rushed in, not realizing Jessy was also trapped. "Ethan, help." He picked her up and left. 30 minutes later, after comforting Jessy, he searched the house but couldn't find me. At the airport, I coughed, boarding a flight to England. Before takeoff, he texted. I'm too busy for hide and seek. Jessy's checkup is at 10 a.m. Come for your lung scan. I didn't reply. I removed my SIM card and turned off the phone. Ethan, we're done. The next day, at the hospital. Ethan, is our baby okay? Seeing Jessy's tearful eyes, he hugged her. The doctor says the baby's healthy. No effects from the fire. That's great. You looked so serious. I thought something happened. Her words made him pause. He pictured my cold gaze in the flames. Frowning, he checked his phone again. Annoyed I hadn't replied, he scoffed inwardly. She's just acting out. He escorted Jessy out, had lunch with her, then went to work. His subordinate reported, your grandfather's back. He summoned all management. He walked toward the meeting room. Buy some new bags and jewelry. Yes, sir. Send them to Ms. Jessy? He stopped. Send them to the old Smith house. He assumed I was there. One night, a week later. He came home to see a woman in a silk nightgown on the sofa. Zara, I've told you, I'll come home when I'm done. You don't have to. He stopped. It was Jessy. Shivering, she said, Ethan, Mrs. Smith hasn't returned. I sent her many apologies. Should I move out? Seeing her about to cry, he hugged her. He kissed her forehead. Regardless of Zara's acceptance, this will be your home now. Later, on the balcony, he smoked, something he hadn't done in a long time. He accidentally saw my number in his contacts. His thumb hovered over the call button. After 2 cigarettes, he sent a message. Zara, it's grandfather's 80th birthday tomorrow. Don't cause trouble for Jessy and the baby. On the big day, he and Jessy made a grand appearance. Only when his grandfather arrived did he let go of Jessy's hand to greet guests. Why isn't Zara here? He rarely defended me. Sorry, Grandpa. She's preparing a gift. I let her rest. She'll be here later. 2 hours passed quickly. The anniversary dinner reached the gift-giving segment, but I still hadn't appeared. Suppressing his growing unease, Ethan stepped into a corner, pulled out his phone, and called me. The number you have dialed is currently unavailable. He tried again, but only got the same mechanical voice. A delivery man entered the hall and handed over 3 packages. Under curious gazes, Grandpa Smith happily opened the first gift. It was a meticulously embroidered 100 gods celebrating longevity painting. Clearly, I had spent months hand-stitching it. Moved, Grandpa Smith's eyes turned teary as he opened the second gift. It was the heirloom jewelry Grandma Smith had given me at our wedding. The room fell silent. In high society, returning ancestral jewelry meant something. Everyone understood. Before Grandpa Smith could react, Ethan, his face ashen, walked over to the third gift. As I had planned, he opened it. The box was large, but the contents were simple. A divorce agreement and a medical report. Ethan froze. Divorce? She wanted a divorce? Impossible. After reading the report, Grandpa Smith slapped Ethan in front of everyone. You monster. Look what you've done. I should never have let you marry Zara. You ruined her life. Seeing Grandpa Smith nearly faint, the family rushed to support him. Everyone else discreetly left, but Ethan remained, staring at the divorce papers. After a long time, he silently tore them into pieces. Ignoring Jessy's cries, he grabbed the car keys and drove to the old Smith house. It was dark. He rolled down the window and sat in the driveway, smoking all night until his throat was sore and his voice hoarse, but no lights turned on. 5 days later, he discovered I had left the country. Why leave? Did I not want to see him? He had made the mistake so many men make. Why could I just leave and file for divorce? He wouldn't allow it. After finding my location, he booked the fastest flight, leaving straight from the office. At the airport, Jessy found him, tearful. Ethan, are you leaving me and the baby? Glancing at her growing belly, he gently patted her head. I've arranged a new place for you. Move there today. Her tears streamed. As long as I'm with you, I'll live anywhere. But our baby is innocent. If Zara truly loved you, she'd accept our child instead of embarrassing the family on Grandpa's birthday. He coldly interrupted, what right do you have to judge my wife? Jessy, I thought you were sensible. You still don't know your place. Taking his boarding pass, he looked down at her. No matter how many children I have outside, Zara will always be my only wife. And when you leave the villa, take everything. I don't want Zara to see anything that reminds her of you and get upset again. Jessy stared at his back in disbelief, crying and laughing. Huh. Ethan, you're more naive than I thought. You hurt Zara deeply. She'll never come back. Women know women best, but Ethan didn't listen. He thought he knew his wife. No matter how angry Zara got, a sincere apology and gifts always worked. But this time, she'd sent a divorce agreement. Regular gifts wouldn't be enough. After much thought, he went to a tattoo parlor. He showed the artist a design I'd sent him 5 years ago. I'm in a hurry. No anesthetic. 7 hours later, Ethan, in a bloodstained shirt, left the shop. He bought a $10 million gift and 999 white roses. Nearly 48 hours awake, he drove to a vineyard on the outskirts of London. On the highway, he nervously rehearsed his apology. No matter how he started, the first words were always, Zara, I miss you. Finally, he found me. But the flowers fell from his hands. I was in the arms of a tall, handsome man. With a smile Ethan had never seen, I was playfully feeding him grapes. He didn't say, I miss you. He simply asked, who is he? Sensing my hesitation, Liam tightened his embrace. You're Ethan, right? I've seen your wedding photo with Zara. You're even uglier in person. Seeing me relax and giggle, Ethan felt a punch to the chest, his fists clenched until his nails drew blood. Since you traveled so far, let me introduce myself. I'm Liam, Zara's. Liam? I know. You're the adopted son of the Smith family driver. The ungrateful wretch Grandma Smith kicked out. Liam wasn't fazed. I frowned. Ethan, Liam isn't like that. Why are you here? Trespassing is illegal. Hearing I wanted him gone, he looked terrible. He had forgotten he came to apologize, not argue. Zara, I'm here. Please stop acting like a child and come home. Home? I looked at him like he was insane. Did you hit your head? We're divorced. Didn't you see the signed agreement? Packages could get lost. As I thought about printing another copy, he said confidently, I tore that agreement to shreds. Zara, I know you're angry about Jessy. I've dealt with her. She won't bother you again. He rushed forward, trying to touch my face. I pushed him away. My voice was calm. Mr. Smith, when the Smith family was in trouble, only the Smiths helped. For 9 years, I repaid that debt. Now Jessy's pregnant. The Smiths have their heir. I sincerely wish your family happiness. Ethan finally understood, I was leaving. He panicked. Wife, why are you saying this? Was it all just debt repayment? You think I'll believe that? No, he wouldn't. If I hadn't loved him, why ask for a kiss every morning? Why cry and wait outside his operating room when he had surgery? I loved him deeply. Everyone knew. But what did he do? The more obedient I was, the more he humiliated me. He forgot hearts are fragile. Too much pain turns numbness into survival. With red eyes and a broken voice, he looked at me. Zara, I didn't know Jessy upset you so much. She was a one-night stand. I brought her home out of responsibility. After she gives birth, she'll emigrate. Okay? I shook my head. Ethan, I don't care about you and Jessy. I have a new life now. I won't go back. Please leave. What new life? You. He collapsed from exhaustion and blood loss from the tattoo. He woke up at 11 p.m. Seeing a glass of water nearby, he rushed out to find me. On the rooftop, he saw me kissing Liam. His heart shattered. He charged forward and grabbed Liam's collar. What are you doing to Zara? He couldn't pretend Liam was just a friend. Who gave you permission to touch my wife? Liam laughed. Your wife. Ethan, did you ever really cherish Zara? You. Before Ethan could respond, Liam punched him. If Zara wasn't so kind, I'd have thrown you to the wolves. She's my fiancée. Even if you bother her, she won't look at you. Ethan froze and turned to me in disbelief. Is that true? Zara, we've only been apart for a month, and you're engaged? I hadn't told him. I had accepted Liam's proposal after learning about Jessy's pregnancy. I leaned on Liam's shoulder, smiled, and nodded. Ethan trembled. Zara, are you crazy? You're my wife. I didn't agree to the divorce, and now you're with another man? How dare you? Why not dare? I tilted my head and blinked. Does your agreement matter? Ethan, you think too highly of yourself. I'm telling you for the last time, you mean nothing to me. We're done. Ignoring the devastated Ethan, I held Liam's hand and continued to enjoy the moonlight. No one knew when Ethan left. But he didn't return home. He bought an apartment overlooking the vineyard. Every day, besides work meetings, he drove to the vineyard gate, always bringing flowers or gifts I'd once mentioned liking, watching me. I never acknowledged him. 9 years of a miserable marriage taught me, never change your life for a man. I focused on work and happiness. Ethan probably stayed because Grandpa Smith wanted me back. So I called Grandpa and told him I had a fiancé and a new life. I asked him not to make Ethan stay in England. But even after that call, Ethan still came to the vineyard every day. Liam's patience eventually wore thin. One night, after a party, we saw Ethan again, this time with white roses. As I got out of the car, fireworks erupted. Liam had seen Ethan's proposal video. He knew I loved fireworks. That night, I had smiled and accepted Liam's proposal. Seeing me distracted, Liam ran toward Ethan and punched him. Ethan! You shameless homewrecker. You're so pathetic, clinging to my fiancé. I'm pathetic? I was with Zara for 9 years. If she hadn't lost her ability to have children, I wouldn't have let Jessy keep the baby. She just misunderstood, thinking I cheated. Once I make up with her, she'll break up with you and come back to me. Liam laughed coldly and knocked Ethan to the ground. When I miscarried, Liam dropped everything to care for me. Ethan had been too busy, taking Jessy to Prague. The two men fought until the police intervened. All 3 of us were taken to the hospital. I ended up in Ethan's room. It was a trap. I laughed. Really? Ethan, with 2 broken ribs, smiled awkwardly. In a hoarse voice, he said, Zara, I miss you. I'm going crazy without you. As the doctor treated his wounds, I saw a fresh tattoo on his chest, a sun, moon, and stars. It was the family of 3 design I'd made when I was pregnant. He'd once mocked it, the moon. You're not worthy. While Liam stepped out, Ethan grabbed my wrist, refusing to let go. Zara, I apologize. It's all my fault. Please forgive me. His phone rang. It was Jessy. He answered on speaker. Ethan. Help. Mr. Liu brought people to my apartment. They want to take my baby. Ethan didn't flinch. Smiling at me, he said, Jessy, I know you drugged me. That baby won't be born. And the rumors about the Smith family being infertile, I've already wiped them from the internet. The price for spreading lies about my wife is this: you'll get no anesthesia during the abortion. And you'll never have children again. Jessy screamed, Mr. Smith. I was wrong. I beg you. Spare my child. Ah. I frowned. Ethan ended the call. He held my hand to his cheek, pale and trembling. Zara, they'll send the surgery video. After you see it, can you forgive me, just a little? I pulled my hand away. This hospital has a great psychiatric ward. You should check in. He smiled weakly. Okay. Whatever you say. Ethan thought he owed me so much, but believed he could make it up to me. 3 days later, Liam and I had a grand wedding. Ethan sped to the venue, arriving just in time to hear the priest say, I now pronounce you husband and wife. He heard me say, I do. No. Zara. You can't marry him. His heart collapsed. He fell to his knees on the red carpet, a wreck, crying out, Wife, we're not divorced. I never agreed to it. Don't marry him. With undisguised disgust, I looked down at him. Ethan, thanks to Grandpa Smith's gift, I'll forgive you for interrupting the wedding. But you're not welcome here. Leave. Tears streamed down his face. Zara, I'm sorry. Give me another chance. I'll change. I can't live without you. Since you left, I've only thought of you. Zara, I love you, more than anyone. He lost control. Ripping open his shirt, he pointed at the tattoo on his chest, at the moon. You're my moon, wife. I'll do anything. Just don't leave me. I laughed. Meeting his gaze, I said calmly, Ethan, I already have someone who loves me, and I love him. He's my husband now. Liam. Even if all the men in the world died, I still wouldn't choose you. Watching me accept Liam's ring, Ethan felt his blood freeze. As I walked past him, arm in arm with Liam, he suddenly grabbed a cake knife, his eyes wild. "You're afraid of getting hurt again? I'll show you my heart." He stabbed himself. "Look, Zara, my heart, it still loves you. Zara, please, look back one last time." I didn't turn around. I simply leaned into Liam's arms. "Honey, that was scary. Let's go." Liam strode out of the church, gently lifting me into the car. "Wife, let's run away." "Okay." Smiling, I leaned against Liam's shoulder. He sped off, taking me toward true happiness.